AITAH for telling my mom if she was a real mom she would divorce her husband after he destroyed my career? My mom has been a bitch ever since I met my wife and she met her husband. She hates her. He hates me. She sucks now, but to be fair, she used to be the best mom. I had a damn good childhood. Anyway, my mom's husband, Richard Dick, has always hated me. He encourages my mom to go no contact, loudly announces how much happier she is during periods of no contact, and has said unforgivable things about my wife. I hardly tolerate him these days. Anyway, my wife is an angel, but like a normal wife and mother has some stress. One thing she really struggles with is the pressure of being married to a businessman and all that it entails. My wife hates my boss's wife and sometimes makes fun of her behind her back, but I view it as normal, healthy venting. My mom doesn't even know this other woman but jumps in to defend her, so I've asked my wife not to do it around her anymore. Well, the other day, my mom's husband was playing golf and met my boss. He recognized him from hearing his position and told him he knew me. Then he started in on, "Do you know what his wife says about yours?" and told him everything. My boss called me into his office and tore me to pieces. It was humiliating and now I feel my career is in jeopardy. He's been giving me all the work lately and making jokes at my expense. I drove to my mom's house and asked Rich Dick why he did this, but he just started laughing. My mom lightly slapped his shoulder and told him he shouldn't have done it, but she wasn't that bothered. I finally lost it and yelled at her that if she was a real mom she would divorce him, but I know the moment I leave she is going to cook his dinner and probably blow him, because she doesn't give a fuck about her kid. First comment, if I met someone that said they hated one of my kids and they told me to go no contact, that would be the end of that relationship. Unless the kid was horrible, fortunately not the case with mine. But you didn't say anything about why he hates you. Just wants to isolate and control your mother, or did you do anything to bring on the wrath? Second comment, your wife for bitching and whining about someone you work parallel to in a public enough setting that there was ever a chance of getting back to your boss. That's stupid, childish and bitchy. Shut up unless you're home alone. You for putting up with that in public. I'd shut my husband down so damn hard if he pulled that and there's virtually zero chance of it ever getting back to work. I'll bitch about my work, he'll bitch about his, but what we say is absolutely curated in public, and I'm not going to bitch about his boss or his boss's wife. Your mother's husband for playing tattletale. He couldn't have done so if your wife didn't put him in a position that allowed him to, though. He was an ass, but your wife brought it on herself and you by her behavior. Your mum, because she's prioritizing the new husband over her son. However, it doesn't sound like your relationship was going great before then, as you've prioritized your wife over her. Which is normally fair, but your wife sounds childish, immature and catty, so I can see why she'd run your mum up the wrong way. Either way, the biggest asshole idiot here is your wife, closely followed by you. Her behavior put your job at risk and you let it stand. Then your mum's partner for sticking his nose in, and then your mum. Your wife doesn't sound like much of an angel with the mocking of other people, particularly your boss's wife, but you didn't say whether that wife is a bad person. SO.IDK. Either way, Dick was a dick to say anything, even you deserved some of his scorn. Plus, what's so hard about being the wife of a businessman? I think you should go no contact with your mother. Maybe she thinks she's playing some weird game, like she hates your wife so she got this guy that hates you but assumes you'll just keep taking whatever he dishes out. Or maybe she's one of those people that want their so and really don't care about anyone else, including their kids. At least you're an adult so can survive on your own. Your whole situation seems very dysfunctional and maybe you all need a break from each other. You might think, no, because then Dick wins, but you can't look at it like that. You need to do what's best for you and your wife and kids if applicable now or in the future. Third comment, him. My first reaction would be to punch him in the nose. I wouldn't feel guilty at all, but he would enjoy it too much so you're kind of in a pickle. Kind of. But are you telling me your mom's husband just met your boss or are friends? In any event, I just wonder why a stranger would trust a stranger so quickly. So you need to send a message. How you send is up to you. You could go to the house, write a letter, call. Mom, your husband is an immature child. I can't believe he went out of his way to slander my wife and I to my boss. My job is possibly in jeopardy now, and it's all because of the Out of survival, I will not ever be around you because it's clear it's more important for him to try to ruin my life than be a good human. In addition, we just learned you're both untrustworthy and disloyal to your son. Spreading gossip is such a feminine trait I thought was below his character, but I found I was wrong. Instead of building me up to be a better man, you actively try to destroy my reputation. I can't be around people who are out to destroy my reputation. So I congratulate your husband. You won. I will never see my mother again. I wish it were different, but I can't change you. I can only change myself. Farewell, your son. Fourth comment. Why'd you let him get away with this type of behavior up? Do you not have a spine? You let two people bully you. And just as these two bullies predicted, you did nothing. They know F-king with you results in no consequences. And you proved them right. Bullies are actually insecure. But they can smell weakness like a shark smells blood in the water. If you let people walk all over you, then they will. It's time to do what Joe Pesci would do. Wait until your mother's not home. Go back and beat the SHT out of your father-in-law. Give him a black eye. Yell in his face. If he's bigger than you, then use a baseball bat or something. Make his nose bleed. Do not stop. Sincerely impose your will on him. Show conviction. Do not back down. Keep beating the ST out of him until he stops resisting and begs for mercy. Make him apologize. Do not end this visit on friendly terms. He will need to earn friendly terms back with his future actions. Tell him, if he ever speaks SE to you about your boss or your mother again, you'll give him another one. Be clear with him if he tries to retaliate or go to the police. You'll tie him up and set his car on fire with him in it. I don't think he'll be giving you any problems after this. What's he going to do? Look like a weakling and tell Mill and file a police report that his loser stepson beat the ST out of him? Highly unlikely. Next, the boss. Meet him in his office privately. Tell him you're having some family problems with your father-in-law, and if he brings any of that HT into the workplace, you're done. If he keeps disrespecting you, promise him you'll get drunk with his clients and tell them he likes to touch little kids. Make him fire you, then file a suit for unfair dismissal. Because you are a weak-sounding man, you'll probably think I'm a lunatic for suggesting this, but that's just because of who you are. You've already lost their respect. Now is the time to be a lunatic. A severe overreaction will probably at the very least make them fear you, which will be better than how they perceive you now. But, based on the very small amount of information I know about you, you'll probably do nothing, and just allow yourself to continue be treated like the garbage that you are. _TSU_. TLDR, command respect from these assholes. Fifth comment. So far it sounds like everyone except your mom sucks. It's not quite clear if she does too. So I'm going with Esh. Your wife runs her mouth. Might be part of why mom, who you say was great till the slightest hiccup along, and now you're big mad doesn't like her. She's allowed to, just like everyone else, find some people to be not her cup of tea. You call your mom misogynistic slurs for not enjoying your gossipy wife and not divorcing her husband for you. But your boss, who is clearly a petty jerk, is responsible for how he's acting now, not her. And your stepdad does seem to have it out for you. You shared he notices your mom is happier when you're doing one of your no-contact tantrums, so it sounds like you do this a lot as a petty way of acting out. But I totally agree with you on this, that it was out of line what he did. Have you considered you're a bit spoiled? Maybe here we've touched on how your mom sucks? She gravitated to another petty man because it's familiar to her and a bit of a blind spot she has. But for real, why would she divorce her husband for her adult kid who pulls the Stonewall silent treatment and goes no contact over and over?